Hello, all my dear students. Welcome to Sri Jain's Rank Zone classes. Dear friends, my name is Ajay Gulati. I'm your friend and mentor for the mathematics portion, that is quantitative aptitude portion. Now, in this coming lectures, we are going to discuss mensuration 2D, that is two-dimensional mensuration. So, dear students, welcome to class 5 mensuration 2D. Today, we will be doing trapezium and the remaining question which were left in the previous class, that is question based on area is proportional to base and height. Okay, these are the two things we will be covering in this class today. So let's start. The first question is ABCD is a rectangle with AE is equal to EF is equal to FB. Find area of CEF upon area of ABCD. Students, AE, EF and FB all are equal. You have to find the area of CEF. This sort of question I have taught you while I was teaching you the basics. See, this is a rectangle area of CEF upon area of ABCD. See, first thing, the moment you convert it into a triangle, in denominator there is a rectangle, over it is a triangle, your answer will be half. Second thing, heights are same. Why? Because height of both rectangle and the triangle. This is the triangle, okay? Rectangle and the triangle. Okay, the heights is same. Topmost vertex point is same, so it is height is same. What is the ratio of the base? The base of this triangle is 1/3 as compared to the base of the rectangle. So half into 1/3, this will give you directly 1/6. This is your answer. So easily done. If you want to do it in detail, we can do it in detail. How come? Area of CEF upon area of ABCD. That will be what? CEF is half into base into height. What is the height of CEF? That this is BC. ABCD area is AB into height. The height is BC. BC and BC cancel. So this gives me half into EF upon AB, that is half. EF upon AB is what? If this is X, this is X, this is X. That is X upon 3X, or half into 1 by 3, that is equal to 1 by 6. Quite easily done. Okay, you can have a look over it. The next question we have is in the given figure, ABC is a triangle in which double of AD is equal to CD. Let me increase the size of the figure first. Double of AD is equal to CD. That means AD upon CD is equal to 1 by 2. CD is equal to 2D, or CD by AD is 2 by 1. Simple. So CD by AD is 2 is to 1. So this means if this is X, if this is X, this will be 2X. E lies on BD. E lies on BD. DE is equal to 2BE. DE is equal to 2BE. Let's say this is Y. This is 2Y. What is the ratio of area of CBE and area of ABC? Area CBE upon area triangle ABC. How will we do it, dear students? Look, I will tell you a very good approach now, students. See, what is the area of A BC, let's say. Let's start with ABC. Let's say the area of, suppose this ABC is 90. Okay. Now what happens from ABC, if I consider the area of BDC, see the base one, this is two. So one third is removed. So this is two parts out of total three parts. So this will be two third. Two third of 90 is 60. Okay, done. Two third of 90 is 60. From this BDC, okay, from this BDC, if I move to BEC, okay, BEC, what will happen? See, BEC has base 1. Now, if I talk about this triangle, this bigger triangle, BEC has base 1, but BD has base 2. The BD has base 3. So, it will be one third. BD has base 3, 1 and 2, 3. So, one third of 60, that will be 20. So area of CBE is 20, but area of ABC I have assumed as 90. So this ratio comes out to be 2 by 9. I hope it is clear to all my dear students. Okay, let's move further. Whatever sort of question this may appear, but believe me, this is not that tough. It's actually an easy one. In the figure given below, A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. M and N are the midpoints of side AB and CD. What is the ratio of shaded to the unshaded area? See, let's count what is the shaded area. Let's say the full area. Full area is suppose 8. Okay, full area is 8. Now what happens, my dear students? I draw a diagonal, I draw a line joining the midpoints like this. Area in this portion is 4, area in this portion is 4. Now, what I can say, let's say the area is 16, okay. So area in this portion is 8, area in this portion is also 8. Now I join this and I join this. Look, how many post zones are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 9, 10. All of them are equal, okay? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So shaded area upon unshaded area. Okay, shaded to the unshaded. Let me see, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the shaded area, there are 8. In the shaded area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the unshaded area, also there are 8. Okay, so the ratio comes out to be 1 is to 1. Option number 1 is the answer. Okay, dear friends, next one. You can think about it. Try it yourself. Good question. PQR is a parallelogram and its area is 300. Okay, PQR is a parallelogram. I can consider it a rectangle also. P Q R S is a parallelogram and its area is 300 centimeter. Okay, the area is 300. Side PQ is extended to x such that PQ is equal to QX. PQ is equal to qx. PQ is extended to x like this. This is the point x. PQ is, if xs intersects qr at y, xs intersects qr at y. This is xs. Xx intersects qr at y. Then what is the area of triangle SYR? SYR. You have to tell the area of this one. Look, this one. This is the midpoint. Okay. Let's say this side is x. Let's say this is breadth b. This is equal to this. This is breadth b. This is also breadth b. Whenever you have two triangles between two parallel lines like this, okay, what will be the ratio of area of triangle 1 upon triangle 2? Let's say this is b1, this is b2. Triangle 1 upon triangle 2 area. What is the area of triangle 1 upon triangle 2? That will be b1 by b2 square. In this case, it is what? B by b square. In this case, that is 1 is to 1. So this area is also 1, this area is also 1, okay? So both these areas are equal now. Now, then what is the area of triangle SYR? I repeat, SYR. See, so this is the midpoint. Now, since this is the midpoint, what will happen? It is not given that this is the midpoint, but the thing is, these two triangles are similar triangles. In fact, these are okay, these are congruent triangles. How come this side is equal? This angle 90 degree. This angle, these two angles are equal. These are vertically opposite angles. These angles are 90 degree. Then on the top of this side is also equal. The third angle is also equal. So if like these two angles and the third included side is also equal, so these two triangles are congruent triangles. So this side becomes equal to this side. From here I can say y is the midpoint. Y is the midpoint of QR. Now when this y is the midpoint of QR, what will happen, dear students, is full area was 300, this area will be 150, this area will be 150. This is the diagonal. Diagonal will do what? This area will be 75, this area will be 75. This is your answer. So area of triangle SYR is equal to 75. Clear, dear students? I hope all this is clear. Should I proceed to the next one? Let's take the next one. A very ultimate question which I'm gonna do right now. This may appear to be tough, but this will be actually easy, dear students. You have to tell the shaded area. How will we do this question, dear students? First of all, let me tell you a few basics. First basic, let's say you have a triangle like this. I join this. I take the midpoints. Okay, these are M1 and M2. I have already taught you in such a case what happens. The area of the above portion is 1, the area of the below portion is 3. Okay, one thing. The other thing, my dear students, is suppose this is a rectangle or a parallelogram. What happens if you join the midpoints from here to here? If the area is 4A, what will happen? This area will be 2A, this area will be 2A. Okay, let's say this full area is 4A. If I divide it like this will 2A, 2A, and if I join it like, it will be 1A, it will be 1A, it will be 1A, it will be also 1A. This is the main thing. Now, dear students, let's see. We are being provided, this is the midpoint of this side, this is the midpoint of this side, this is the midpoint of this side, this is the midpoint of this side. These lines are parallel, these lines are parallel. So by using the concept of basic proportionality theorem, Before I further proceed, let me increase the size of the diagram further. Okay, these are the midpoints. I've already told you, no problem. Now let's say I join this. This line is parallel to this line. So if the area of this is 1, the area of this will be 3. Similarly, dear students, what will happen if I talk about this? The area of this will be 1, the area of this will be 3. The area of this will be 1, the area of this will be 3. The area of this will be 1, the area of this will be 3. So far clear to everyone? So what has been the shaded area so far? The shaded area so far has been 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 4. Okay, now let's talk about this full figure. Okay, if I talk about this full figure, it is like this. These are the midpoints. What has been this area so far? 1, 3 and 1. 1, 3 and 1. So I can say this is 1/4. Like this area is 1/4. This 1/4 is equal to 5. If this portion has area 5, this portion will have area 5. Similarly, this portion will have area 5. This portion will have area 5. So total area is how much? Total area is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, that is 20. Okay, area of shaded region to the area of parallelogram. So shaded region divided by parallelogram. 4 by 20 or 1 by 5. I hope it makes sense and it's clear to all of you. Fine. You can have a look over it before I move to the next one. Yeah, let's take the next one. In the given figure, PQR is an equilateral triangle with side as 12 centimeter. Okay, this side is 12. Every side is 12 basically. S and T are the midpoints. These are the midpoints. Okay, these are the midpoints of the sides S of PQ and PR effectively. What is the area of the shaded region? See, dear students, you have to determine the area of this region. This is a very good conceptual question. Students, I've already told you, when you have two parallel sides, okay, and these form a cross like the zigzag types of thing, okay. These, if you know the length of these sides, and these sides determine the ratio of the perimeter, height, everything. If let's say this is 1y, this is 2y, then what happen? This height will be 1h, this will be 2h, like this. So these are the midpoints. If these are the midpoints, then this will be also be the midpoints. Since S and T are midpoints of PQ and PR, therefore ST is equal to half of QR. ST is equal to half of QR. One thing is clear to everyone. Okay. See, these are the midpoints. So what I can say, dear students, if this height is, let's say, suppose I say 6, this height will also be 6. This height is 6, this height is 6. Let's say this height is 3, this height will be 3. Now this is suppose 1b, this is 1b, then this will be 2b, as I've already discussed with you. So what will happen? The ratio of these will be 1 and 2. Getting it? This will be 1 and this will be 2. Now, what is the area of the shaded region? See, suppose I need the area of the shaded region. What I'll do, I'll compare area, first of all, area of PQR, area of equivalent triangle with side is 12 cm. In the given figure, PQR is an equivalent triangle. Okay, no problem. Very easy. I should not have taken it 12, 3. Let's say this height is 3h. Okay, this is 3h, this is 1h, this is 2h. Area of PQR is equal to half into base QR into height. Let's say this point is M. Okay, this height is, let's say this point is, suppose this point is T into Tm. Okay, now what will happen? Half into what is QR? QR is 12. What is Tm? See, first of all, what is full height? If I say 6h, 6h is the height of equivalent triangle. That will be root 3 by 2 into A. What is the side of the triangle? That is 12. That is 6 root 3. So 6h is equal to 6 root 3. This is the height of the equivalent triangle. This is like PT. This is like PT, height of the equilateral triangle. MT will be what? MT will be 2h. So it will be 2 root 3. So it will be 2 root 3. 2 and 2 will cancel. So this will give you 12 root 3. 12 root 3 centimeter. Okay. What square? Which is the option? Option number 2 is the answer. I hope all this is clear, my dear students. Okay. Now let's start with the concept of trapeziums. So first thing in trapezium is, if I draw a trapezium, what is the area of the trapezium? Although I have discussed this basic formula with you previously, because there were few questions which we have already done regarding trapezium. So no problem, I will tell you the basic formula first. This is a trapezium. Okay. Let's say this side is A, this side is B, and this is the altitude of the trapezium. Height H. Okay, dear students. So what is the area of this trapezium? The area of this trapezium is half into sum of parallel sides. So A, this is A and this is B, into the distance between the parallel sides. This is the area of a trapezium first. Okay, let me move this to top portion. Why? Because so that I get more space to explain you things. Okay, this is the basic of trapezium. Clear to all? This is the area half into sum of parallel sides into height. Now the next very important thing which we need to discuss about trapezium is, I draw another trapezium. Let's say I join these two sides. If this side is A, this side is B, I join these two. These are parallel sides, so these two triangles will be similar triangles. When these two triangles will be similar triangles, what will happen, dear students? Let's say this portion has height h1. This portion has height h2. This portion has height h1. This portion has height h2. Then h1 upon h2 will be equal to A by B. Learn this thing. Okay, and A by B is generally given in the questions. This h1 upon h2 will be equal to A by B. Does it make sense, my dear students? This is equal to A upon B. Clear? One more thing sorted, one more thing done. Now let's come to very important part. You have a simple trapezium like this. You have a trapezium like this. This side is A, this side is B. These are the midpoints. When these are the midpoints, okay, this is M1, this is M2. What will be the length of this side? This side will be A plus B by 2. I want you to learn this result also. Okay, now comes the most important thing. Let's say I have this trapezium. I have a trapezium like this. Okay, I join this side is A, this side is B. I join this side. Let's say this is point P, this is point Q, and the ratio from here to here to here to here. Suppose let's say this is 2 is to 5. What will be the length of PQ? How will I solve, dear students, this question? Directly I can make you learn the result. That directly the result will be A plus 2 out of 7 parts. 2 out of 7 parts of B minus A. I can make you learn this. How will you learn this? I can make you understand this, okay? How will we do it? Look, consider this trapezium like this. This is A, this is B. You join it like this. You join this like this. The this line was like this. PQ was like so. This is 2. This is 5. So I can say this is 2. This is 7. This is 2. This is 7. So if I talk about this in terms of similar triangles, okay. So first of all, this portion is what? B minus A. Okay. Now let's say these points are, assume that these points are suppose Mn, these points are PQ. Now what will happen, dear students? Mn upon PQ will be equal to what? That will be equal to 2 upon 7. So Mn equals to 2 by 7 of PQ. Okay, dear students. From here I can say Mn equal to 2 by 7. What is the value of PQ? PQ is B minus A. Now we read suppose Sn. This is Sn. So Sn is what? Sn is Sm plus Mn. Sm is how much? Sm is A. So this becomes A plus 2 by 7 of B minus A. So what did I teach you? This length will be what? A plus, I already told this upon total, 2 by 7 upon the difference. This is the method for solving these sort of questions. Now we have some easy questions for you initially. The length of two parallel sides of a trapezium are 6 and 8. We have A is equal to 6, B is equal to 8. If the height of the trapezium is 4, then its area of the trapezium is half into A plus B into H. That is half 6 plus 8 into 4. This is 14 into 2, or I can say 28. 28 centimeter square. Mark it. This is the option. Don't do the mistake of 22 28 centimeter. Why? Because area is in centimeter square. Okay, I'm specifically cutting this. You have to be alert regarding this. The length of the two parallel sides of a trapezium are 15 and 20. A is equal to 15, B is equal to 20. If its area is 175 square, then its height is, see, area is what? Half A plus B into H. This area is given to you as 175 half A plus B 15 plus 20 into height. 2 into 175 is 350 is equal to, this 2 multiplies over here, 35 into H, or easily H is equal to 10 centimeter. Option number 2 is the answer. Next one. The parallel sides of a trapezium are in a ratio 2 is to 3. Let's say A is equal to 2x, B is equal to 3x. And their shortest distance is called h. H is equal to 12 centimeter. If the area of a trapezium is, area is how much? 480. The longer of the parallel sides is of length. See, area is what? Half A plus B into H. This is equal to half into 2x plus 3x into the height is 12. I can say this cancels with this to give me 40, or 80 is equal to 5x, x is equal to 16. Longer side. Longer side will be what? 3x, that is 3 into 16. This is 48 centimeter. Do we have any such option? Yes, option number 4 is the answer. Okay, next one. The ratio of length of parallel sides of a trapezium is 3 is to 2. A is equal to 3x, B is equal to 2x. The shortest distance between them is 15 centimeter. Area of the trapezium is actually what? Half A plus B into H. The sum of length of parallel sides is actually easy. How come you are given this as 450, half A plus B, this you need to find. H is already given to you as 15. 15 cancelled by 450 will give me 30. So A plus B will be 2 into 30, or A plus B is equal to 60. That is sum of length of parallel sides. Sum of length of parallel sides 60 centimeter. This is your answer. You can have a look at it. Okay. Clear to all? The area The area of a field in the shape of a trapezium measures 1440. The perpendicular distance between the parallel sides is 24. H is equal to 24. If the ratio of parallel sides is 5 is to 3, let's say A is equal to 5x, B is equal to 3x. The length of the longer parallel side is easy. Okay. Area is what? Half A plus B into H. This area is given to you as 1440, half A plus B means 5x plus 3x. You don't even need to write 5x plus 3x into H is 24. 24 into 6 is 144. So this is 60. So 8x is equal to 60 into 2. That is 8x is equal to 8x is equal to 120. Longer, so therefore x is equal to 120 by 8 or 15. Longer side is how much? Longer side is equal to 5x or 5 into 15, that is 75 centimeter. This is your answer. Okay, clear to all dear students? This is the next question. The length of two parallel sides of a trapezium are 28 centimeter and 40 centimeter. Let's say A 28, B 40 centimeter. If the length of each of its other two sides be 12 centimeter, then the area of the trapezium is. This is a good question, dear students. See, let me take a trapezium to explain you. Let's say this is 28, this is 40. Okay. Now each of these sides is 6 centimeter. When these two sides are equal, then what happens, dear students? If I draw a perpendicular from here, I draw a perpendicular from here. This portion becomes a what? This portion becomes a rectangle. All the angles are 90 degree. Okay. All the angles are 90 degree. So this entire thing is 40. This becomes 28. This becomes how much? 6. This becomes 6. Okay. Then the area of the trapezium is. Now my dear students, what happened? If the length of each of the other two sides be 12 centimeter, this is 12, this is 12. Now you can think of this figure as, look, separate this rectangle. This is a rectangle. Okay, you need the height, but okay. So how do we find the height? How do we find this height? This height will be what? By Pythagoras theorem, 12 square minus 6 square. Or you can say you take 6 square common. If you take 6 square common, it will be 2 square minus 1, that is 6 root 3. So the height is what? Height is 6 root 3. Now what will be the area? Area will be half a plus b into the height. Half. What is a plus b? 28 plus 40 into height is 6 root 3. So 28 plus 40 is 68 into 3 root 3. 8 into 3, 24. 16 into 3, 180. 180 plus 24 is 204 root 3. This is your answer, my dear students. Okay. Can I take the next one? 4 point. Well, the next question we have is, I think we have done this question. Let me just verify. 450, sum of the lengths of the parallel sides is 450, 450. We did some, yes, okay, we have done this sort of question already. 7th is similar to the 4th. Let's do the 8th one. In a trapezium, one diagonal divides the other in the ratio 2 is to 9. Okay, if the length of the larger of the two parallel sides is 45, then what is the length of the other parallel sides? See, dear students, what was the logic which I taught you just few minutes ago? Let me take a trapezium. Let's say it is like this. Okay, now we have two diagonals. Okay, the other diagonal is like this. One diagonal divides the other diagonal in the ratio 2 is to 9. Okay, this ratio is what? This ratio is 2 is to 9. See, we already know, dear students, these two triangles are similar triangles. Okay, these two triangles are this one and this one, this triangle. These are similar triangles. Let's say this diagonal divides this diagonal in the ratio 2 is to 9. So means the corresponding sides are in the ratio 2 is to 9. From here I can say the corresponding sides are in the ratio 2 is to 9. Therefore these will also be 2x and 9x. Getting it, dear friend? These two triangles are similar. If the ratio of these sides is 2 is to 9, then these sides will also be in the ratio 2 is to 9. These are similar triangles. Now what we have is, when this ratio is 2 is to 9, 2 by 9, What we require? Let's say this is 2x by 9x is equal to, one side is how much? Larger of the two parallel sides is 45, the smaller side is s, or let me write s by n. This is, let's say that I say S by L is equal to what? S by L is equal to 2 by 9 based on this ratio. Okay. So S is 2x. Okay. Smaller side you need to find. The larger side is actually 45. This is 2 by 9. You cancel 9 with 45, you get 5. So the smaller side is 2 into 5 or 10 centimeter. Do we have any such option on this? Yes. Option 1 is the answer. Am I clear, my dear students? Let's take the next one. It's a bit distorted figure. Let me just give me a small second. Yes, we have a very beautiful question which might appear to be tough, but from the basic concept which we have discussed so far, this question will become very easy. In the figure, A, B, C, D, E, F is a regular hexagon. A, B, C, D, E, F is a regular hexagon. Let me increase this. Let me read the question first. Of side 12 centimeter, the side is 12 centimeter. PQR are the midpoints of the side A, B, C, D, E, F respectively. What is the area of the triangle PQR? First of all, the triangle will be an equilateral triangle. How I will show it to you. Okay, like this. We have this thing. I hope everything is visible. Okay, almost visible. So fine, let me reduce the size a bit. Now, see this one, this is 12. This is, if this is suppose a side S, then we know in a regular hexagon, this and this are also, this is like the radius. If you consider it a circle, this is the radius, this is also equal to radius. So this is 12, this is also 12. So what do we have here? We have a we have a trapezium like this. This side is 12. This side is 12. This side is 12. So 12 and 12, 24, and this is 12. These are the midpoints. So this side will be what? A plus B by 2. That is 18. Therefore, RQ is equal to 18. Similarly, RP is equal to 18. PQ is equal to 18. So everything is 18, 18. Therefore, RQP or PQR is an equilateral triangle. So area of triangle PQR will be root 3 by 4 into side square, or I can say this is equal to root 3 by 4 into 18 into 18. So this gives me 2 and 2 cancel, 9, 9. So this gives me 81 root 3. This is your answer, my dear. So this is 81 root 3. You can copy it if you want to. You can see the video. I can pause for a minute. So far, I hope things are clear to everyone. Fine, let's move ahead. Let's take the next one. Genuinely, the question which is coming right now is a very good one. Just let me change the photo. So I think this photo, some internal property of the Microsoft PPT, photos have been distorted, but no problem. It won't take that much time. Sorry. Yeah. This is the question we have. In the figure given below, ABRP is a trapezium with AB. AB is equal to 3.75, AC is equal to 1, AC is equal to 1. So this portion will be how much? This portion will be 2.75. Okay. AP is equal to 2.5. Okay. BR is equal to 0.75. Length of QC will be, see students, I've taught you a direct formula if you remember. Length of QC will be, the smaller side is BR. BR. So QC will be equal to BR plus, what is this ratio? This ratio is like 3.75. I've told you the direct formula. Let me recall you the formula. Okay. Suppose this is a trapezium. This side is A, this side is B. You have to, let's say, this, find this PQ. So PQ was what? PQ was A plus, this ratio is, let's say, X upon Y. X upon X plus Y, this entire, okay? This total. Initially what I told you, if this was X, let's say this is Y, okay? So this will be Y over here. This portion upon this total portion into B minus A. So 3.75, this is, sorry, this is 2.75, okay? 2.75 upon 3.75 of B minus A, that is 2.5 minus 0.75. BR was 0.75, so this gives me 0.75 plus, if I cancel this with by 0.25, what do you get? 11. 3.75 will be 15. 11 by 15 of 2.5 minus of 1.75. Okay, so your answer will be 0.75 plus 11 by 15 into, this will be 7 by 4. So far clear? Or I can say this is 3 by 4. So what will happen? I can further write this as, yeah, I multiply this with 15. If I multiply this with 15, it becomes 45 by 60 plus this is 60 by 77. Okay. 70 plus 40 is 1110. 5 plus 7 is 12. 1110 plus 12 is 122 by 60. Or you can say 120 plus 2 by 60. That gives you 120 by 60 plus 2 by 60. This gives me 2 plus 1 by 30. That is 2.033. Is it clear to all? We have one such option, that is option number 2 is the answer. Clear? So I think these we have covered all the possible questions of possible concepts and questions of our topic trapezium. I hope that is enough. Next class we can start circles. So fine, dear students, we have done enough number of questions on this topic now. Tomorrow I'll be starting with more questions, and we'll be finishing this chapter. So from my side, bye bye. Have a good day. Please practice as much as you can. Merely watching videos won't ever help you. You will have to practice the questions yourself so that you can crack those questions in your exam in very limited amount of time, in stipulated amount of time. I again repeat, this is a very crucial time, students. Don't let it go wasted. Study as much as you can. This is like a religion for you. Okay. Bye bye. Take care.